Peter is a fisherman, and Jesus comes to the shore, and he calls. This is where he first calls Peter to come follow him. Peter's out there fishing, can't catch any fish, gets out of the boat. Here's this guy, Jesus, standing on the shore, and he goes, hey, you want to catch some fish? Well, I've been fishing all day, all night, it ain't working. He says, well, just go back out there and put your net on the other side. Now, can you imagine Peter, I've been out there, what do you tell me to do? Who are you? Oh, carpenter. Yes, carpenter, fisherman, synonymous. That makes sense. Sure, you know how to tell me what to do. But Peter just obeys. He goes back out there, and when you study the story out, not only do they catch so many fish, the nets break, they have 2 boats, they fill the boats up, and the boats start sinking. And Peter, in the realization that God has just stepped into my boat, Peter hits his knees and he says, Jesus, get away from me. I'm not a good person. I am a sinful man. And Jesus says, no, I came for you, Peter. You're mine now, and I have a whole new life for you with me. Don't miss this, guys. Here in the moment of Peter's epic failure, denying Jesus at Jesus' darkest moment, Jesus recreates the miracle he first used to call Peter to him. And how does God respond to Peter's epic failure? He recreates the miracle that sends the message. Peter, the relationship is still open. The relationship is still open. I'm creating the moment of connection again to let you know, to remind you, you are not too far gone. And neither are you. How does God treat you in your failure? Is he harsh? Does he yell at you? Some of you think that. Some of you believe that. You hear voices of condemnation in your head and constantly recounting your failure and constantly repeating the voices of your childhood. You little loser. You'll never make it. You'll never amount to anything. And some of you begun to attribute that voice to the voice of God. You imagine him on the shore in an angry tone. Hey, get out of that boat. Why did you do that? But it's not this Jesus. This Jesus that we're talking about, he's kind. This Jesus is creating miracles. Hey, Peter, the door is still open. You thought I left you, Peter. I didn't leave you, Peter. I had to go pay the penalty for your sins and for their sins and for hers and his. Peter does something that I believe so many of you are going to do today. Peter stops running away from God, and Peter starts moving toward God. In verse 7, as soon as Simon Peter heard him say, "It is the Lord," he wrapped his outer garment around him, for he had taken it off, and he jumped into the water. Peter jumps into the water, and I love this. There's no more pinballing. There's no more busyness and distraction and workaholic. He says, I'm moving toward Jesus. No more running away from him. I'm jumping in. It's not pretty. It's messy. But guess what? Peter was a mess. And you're here today, and you'll admit, I'm far from God. I don't know the right words to say. What are the rules here? What do I even do in this place called church? I don't know how to do this, Pastor Loida. Here's what I tell you. It doesn't have to be clean. It doesn't have to be pretty and all put together. It just has to be